It is that time of the year. We are back at the Budh International Circuit for AutoX Awards 2024. Now, as always, we have got some hot new metal from the year 2024, slugging it out for the top honors. And in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the bike and scooter lineup that we have over here. Let's start with the biggest and baddest motorcycle we have over here. This is the all-new BMW R13 Red GS. Now, I got to ride this motorcycle earlier this year in Leh Ladakh, and I thought it is a lot sportier compared to its outgoing model. And so, obviously, at the racetrack, it will be one of the surprises, I think, because the balance, the engine, everything has changed. And this is an ADV, but of course, you can ride it at the racetrack. I bet you any money, this is going to be one of the fastest motorcycles that we have over here. Now, next up, we have the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Of course, it was launched late last year, I think in October. So that's why it qualifies, because our cutoff time is basically September. So this was launched after that. So that's why it was the Indian motorcycle of the year 2024. So again, high hopes, and it's still very relevant. And I think it is going to be one of the top contenders. Now, moving on, we have the all-new, not all new, actually this is the Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450. So again, it shares its platform with the Himalayan, but it is a roadster. Again, this motorcycle, I got to ride it in Spain a couple of months ago, and there it felt absolutely perfect. It is a very sporty version of the Himalayan, you could say. So again, high hopes. Let's see if it can tackle a racetrack. Now, next up, we have this Speed 400 T4. Now, this is a cut price version of the Speed 400 as we know it, so it doesn't get upside down forks, and there are a lot of compromises in that sense. But is it a great value for your money? Does it justify that price tag? Should you go for this instead of the Speed 400? Well, we'll find it out today itself. Now, moving on, we have the Husqvarna Svartpilen 401. Now, this is again a completely new motorcycle, complete makeover that this motorcycle has received. So this is based on the same platform as the new KTM 390 Duke. Now, that is a very aggressive and sporty motorcycle. Again, last year we featured it. It was one of the best of 2023, if you remember. So this is a slightly off-road version or a scrambler version of the KTM 390 Duke. And when I reviewed this motorcycle, I said that probably this is the motorcycle that I prefer over the KTM 390 Duke when it comes to road riding, because this is a little more subdued and it definitely is worth every penny. Now, moving on, we have something called the Yamaha MT-03. Now, this is a twin-cylinder Yamaha. It's launched here for the first time. We've been waiting for it for a lot of years, but it's finally here, and we will be riding it at the racetrack. So again, high hopes from the Yamaha. Of course, it's a little more expensive than what we expected, but considering that it's a Yamaha and we are at a racetrack, I think it can redeem some points. Now, the next contender we have is another street naked. Now, this is the NS400Z. Now, this motorcycle, of course, it is the most affordable 400cc motorcycle that you can buy, and it has a lot of power and features to offer, but it comes at a really tempting price. So, is it a compromise or is it a steal? We'll find out very soon. Now, next up in the lineup, we have the Hero Mavrick 440. Now, this is a motorcycle that's based on the Harley-Davidson X440 platform. So, this is more affordable than the Harley. Of course, it doesn't have that badge value of the Harley, but we had ridden this motorcycle earlier, and we think it is one of the best for sure. It is a very well balanced and an overall great package. Next up, we have the BSA Goldstar 650. Now, this has been launched in India under Classic Legends. So, it's come under Mahindra ownership, and this is an all-new motorcycle. Now, the great thing is, this is quite classy. It has got everything covered on the surface, and it has also got the largest single-cylinder engine made in India. Of course, the largest single-cylinder in India is still the Ducati Hypermotard mono, but that's not made here in India. This is made here in India, and I think it is one of the strongest contenders for the best of 2024 title. So again, looking forward to ride this, not on racetrack, but generally I have high expectations from the BSA. And next to the BSA, we have one of its contenders from a different segment. Now this is the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. Now it's based on the same platform as Super Meteor 650, but this is a more sporty iteration. This is more of a roadster. So this is quite aggressive and it's meant to tackle corners. So what better place than a racetrack to see if all of that change has actually worked. Now we come to the Bajaj Freedom 125 CNG. And there it is, it's in its name, the CNG, that's its main draw. This is India's first CNG motorcycle. Of course, it doesn't belong on a racetrack, so I don't know what can we do with this motorcycle over here. Probably you can check how many laps it can do in 1 kg of CNG, but again, jokes apart, this is a great concept. So let's see how great is it as a package for a commoner, for a commuter. And again, it looks great on the surface, but we have to see if it's really as good as it looks or as promising as Bajaj says it is. Now speaking of commuters, we have a trio of scooters over here from different manufacturers. Let's start with the TVS Jupiter. This is an all-new scooter. Now Jupiter is one of the best-selling scooters in India, and they have completely revamped this version. So again, high hopes from the scooter, and I think again with TVS you've got the quality, you've got the ride and handling, you've got great mileage, you've got good reliability as well, and this is a competitor to the Honda Activa, but again it offers more than any of its rivals. So overall, it may not look that fancy, it may not have the X factor or appeal of other motorcycles or scooters over here, but I think as a consumer product, it's right up there with the best. Now moving on, we have another scooter. This is the Ather Rizta, and Ather likes to call it a family EV, a family scooter. So it has got a large saddle and it is very practical. But how does it perform overall? We have to verify it, and let's see if it can keep up with other rivals. The Jupiter is your conventional ICE scooter, the Rizta is an EV. So let's also see how these two stack up against each other on a racetrack. Then you have the Ampere Nexus. Now this is a bit of an oddball because this is the first time it's part of our jury round, and it's also interesting that we have got it at the BIC. So let's see how this performs. Again, this is a family scooter, so don't expect it to shatter lap times. But again, as a product, how does it compare against, again, the Ather and the Jupiter? That we'll find out today. Now let's come to some exciting set of EVs, starting off with the BMW CE02. Now this one is made right here in India by TVS, and by BMW standards, it is quite affordable for sure. We also got to ride it briefly a couple of days ago in Gurgaon, but and it was quite exciting, I can tell you that. But on a racetrack, we are expecting great things from this e-scooter, and it looks quite radical. It has the appeal, but let's see if it's more than that, if there's more substance to the CE02. Now next to the BMW CE02 is the bigger CE04. Now this is a fabulous scooter. Of course, we haven't ridden it as yet, and this cost over 15 lakh rupees. So this is not for everyone. It is a niche offering, and it is BMW's first EV scooter that was launched in India. So it looks quite cool. It has got oodles of X factor, and let's see if it is as exciting to ride as it is to look at. Now next up is the TVS Apache RR 310, and this is where it gets all serious, because what we have here are 5 of the best track-focused motorcycles. So they belong right here at the BIC. So this is the updated TVS Apache RR 310. It has got a lot of wings, a lot more electronics, an updated powertrain, and it is one of the best track-focused machines that you can buy in the country. Now next to it is the updated Yamaha R3. Again, this is more sporty than the previous version. We have already ridden it, but it is a motorcycle that belongs on a racetrack. So huge expectations from the R3 as well. Yes, I know it's expensive, but again, this is one of the best motorcycles, one of the most sublime sports bikes that you can buy in the country. This is really a great motorcycle. Now next to it is its direct rival. This is the Ninja 500. Again, we got to ride it earlier this year, and we absolutely loved it on the road. This is one of those motorcycles that has everything covered. It has the handling, it has the engine performance, It's great on the road because the engine has such strong mid-range that you just love riding this motorcycle. And at the end of the day, it's a Kawasaki, so it's going to be reliable. And this has also got the looks department nailed because it looks like a proper sports bike. It's a big, bulky motorcycle. Now next to it is the Aprilia RS 457. Now this for me is probably one of the biggest bike launches in this year, and I think this is one of the strong contenders for the best of 2024 trophy. And you look at this motorcycle, it has got everything perfect. It is great looking, it sounds glorious, it has got a wonderful engine, the handling is really sublime, and this is a proper super sport that you'd want in the country. And on top of that, the pricing is also phenomenal. It is the most affordable motorcycle apart from the RR310. So it is the most affordable sub 500cc sport bike that you can buy in the country. So again, high hopes from the Aprilia, and I'm really looking forward to ride it on the racetrack. And then finally, we have the Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. Now this is the only proper sports bike that we have here if you talk about the engine performance. Now the 6R has been updated for this year. It is a great motorcycle. We tested it earlier, I think around 2 years ago, and of course it blew our mind with the kind of performance it has, the electronics, the handling, that inline 4 engine. So it is phenomenal in every department. So we have to see how Kawasaki has upped the ante now with this latest version. So of course looking forward to ride it on the racetrack. So that's the whole lineup that we have got over here. There are a total of 21 contenders, but remember, there are only going to be 4 winners, including the performance bike of the year. Now, we can't wait to test all of these motorcycles out on the racetrack. In the meantime, you guys let us know which one do you think deserves that best of 2024 trophy. And in the meantime, don't also forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.